Taj, Water. And you play that. I'm not streaming that shit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
So if you listening, Water.
Bridgewater on 1st down. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Malik McDowell able to get him for a loss of about 3. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now they'll run it on the toss. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. In a double coverage.
Oh, first week on the team.
Picked off at the 39.
Oh, come on.
Last week they had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Come on, let's go. 38.
Now Hundley. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field.
Hey, niggas, in my other league, we had a draft. I named every player on the team that I drafted after one of my nephews.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Junior at DN, Jay Sean at corner. Nas at corner.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looks for White, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. bench. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is, how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing, Hundley. And the pressure gets to him again. Charles Tapper coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards.
There you go, buddy. Para vista.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
He fumbled again. Bro, this is a game of turnovers.
Careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
1st down, the run with Lynch. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Looking to throw.
He
was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The nice footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. to throw. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Come on, let's go. What? 90. What? 90.
Back to throw. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from the 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully he'll be kicking extra points instead.
This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And on the ground they go with a running back. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malik McDowell in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, What's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is it something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line. And
here's another interception.
What I just say? I just told my son,
picked off at about the 31.
They playing with you. If you broke your ankle, go get some revenge. What he do? He gonna get a pick.
But let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
It don't even matter.
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling a little bit.
He's able to muscle him here as he pulls it in.
Oh, my God.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. 2nd quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a 1st down. To throw here. Sliding out of the pocket.
Oh, come on.
That's going to be too high. out of bounds and incomplete.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play, keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete.
Come on, let's go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to wind up and air it out.
That nigga got a cannon. Do you hear me?
Connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Yeah, because Kaiser.
So on now is Kai Forbath. If you're wondering, he's hit from as far as 57. This will approach NFL record territory. It's a 62-yard attempt.
Oh, my God. On the money.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Hurry up and buy.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, Bridgewater.
Stop playing with me, cuz.
It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say,
well,
why
I got
would you
paid
try
17
one that long? You hurt yourself in field position, the ball comes out, you know, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it, and even if he missed, confident in the defense that they could hold him.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback.
That's the sad
give
part.
Him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Here we go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He finds Taylor, complete.
Yeah.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90.
They go play action here on first down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I seen him get
so from Charger territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That man,
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Eddie Vanderdoes there on the stop.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's time to fucking go. We got to get the fuck out of my offense, cuz. I'm going to put you in a and try to work you up. I don't know what to do with you,
because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they'll run it here. Boy, shifts past him. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Second down, Bridgewater. It's grabbed over the middle by White. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there is they were able to connect.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Yeah, I put Tom Brady in and it'd be my luck to get hurt this game. I said I put Tom Brady in and it'd be my luck to get hurt this game.
Now they'll run it on the toss.
Okay, son.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle.
Take one of he just broke his ass.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This one taken just inside the 10. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he's got room. Through an opening, and there he goes. Beast mode unleashed, a big one there. 53 yards.
For real, bro.
The elder statesman with a big run. He's hit that dreaded 3-0. He still can churn it.
I love the way you treat him with respect. Elder statesman. You didn't just call him an old guy or anything like that.
Elder statesman.
I love the way he can still play. Talk about running it with savvy now.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Baby.
And they'll go on the ground.
Get this with you
zone touchdown, Green Bay. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. Forbath, the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Take this as long as my arm. Hey, Sean, can you roll this up for me real quick? Let me spark that bitch. It don't work like that, okay?
Forbath out to kick this one away.
Get out, go outside, get in your car, come over here, drive your stick.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
What? That's so? Now it's a party.
First down, Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
What up, cuz?
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
I played a couple rounds with you. I thought we were going to lose this ball.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Malik McDowell in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words.
Now, because what the fuck you gotta do? You take your nap later.
3rd and long now after the sack. And we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Bridgewater. Looking for White on the deep ball. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And taken right on the 30. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Wait, 20.
Yeah. Cause you sound far as fuck. You alright? And are you raving, my nigga?
First throw now for the backup Brady. Brought in here by Tyler. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the
two
drive
funnies
rolling.
in one. Oh.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head
I
of
just
steam.
hurdle somebody as soon as you
Boy, it's
said
gonna be
that,
tough
too.
to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did
Like
get him down.
playoffs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Brady now on 1st down. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. To throw is Brady. Throwing deep for Galladay.
Touchdown. Let's go. Hey, who we just talking about, bro?
In for the score.
Son.
And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Touchdown, nigga. Hey, cuz, I got a 911, bro. I need you.
Forbath out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. It's complete. It's Forte. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Brady. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And the offense will cover this one up, but they'll be pushed back inside their own 10. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So after the INT, it's Brady. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down. On second down, here's Brady. Flush to his right. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
Brady moves.
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
3 down, these two. Blue 20, white 20.
Brady now on first down. To the left side here for Eifert. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Blue 20, white 20. Hey.
Shotgun now for Brady. And that is incomplete here.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. The Packers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Brady again. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Jones. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Right there. Hey, it's right. Go off the ball, hard. Bring it ahead.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now they'll run it on the toss. A spin. Oh, now he bowls him over. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
And the pursuit that time was absolutely top-notch. He was looking to try and turn upfield somewhere. Kept trying to find a place. Somewhere never showed up.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7.
Wait, set. Wait, 20.
From the gun, it's Brady. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Hey, Chuckle.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, you know,
Cause
when we're
you's a
having a tough
bitch.
patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Ain't nobody looking for you. Ain't nobody been on her asking about you.
Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Buying time to his... And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
He said, why you take your pants off? Because my ball's hot.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Let's go, let's go.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to
Let's go. Let's go. That's 2 on the day.
A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Forbath, the extra point, and the lead is now 24.
That nigga said it like he had a partial shift he might have to go to. I'm off all day. Like
Forbath out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got to dig down deep. They need something right.
But it was smooth as fuck, though. Hey. The hating this most hating nigga and the hater hate. Hey. Tina. Hey, Tina. How you doing, Tina?
Now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half. Okay, because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
For the Dolphins?
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but
that's natural.
At that point, whatever you're going to pick up,
that's natural.
They either
that's
take the hit,
new. This nigga ain't going to come in here.
Lose the football.
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense
hey, you better
close the game
put it
out.
in the board.
The running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Brady throwing on second down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it's third down. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Wait, 20! You 20!
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And
Come on,
incomplete
Galladay,
here
2
on
hands.
3rd
What you
down.
doing?
Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And Forbath will put this one through, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Charger offense making their way back out there. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So we're against symptomatic.
I mean, but you got to throw it.
Your analysis symptomatic. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Deion Jones in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
This nigga want to put Cardell Jones
2nd and
in
14 as they've got
He's
work
trying
to
to
do
lock
here
that
after the
bitch
sack.
down there. Sitting on it. They're not saying that.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. It's
Well,
grabbed
I'll
over
take
the
that.
middle by White.
Nah, let him run. Let him
And he's going to be
run.
taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
I accept that.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we
He
always
got
talk
a
about
holding
hitting
call.
yardage
That's
in a
crazy.
game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Flex round!
Operating from the gun. Jones. Brought in over the middle by Graham.
I mean, turkey bacon
It's
or
a
no?
gain of 6
no,
on
wait.
the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle.
Yes.
That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there.
What about
if he's
turkey
willing to
bacon?
take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide. And
Turkey
find
bacon
open
smell like
space
big
to
bacon.
throw.
He sets to fire deep. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now
Chuck, guess
4th
what?
down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks
Turkey
like
bacon
they're just
smell like big
totally out of
bitches.
sync, whether they're running the ball,
Turkey bacon
passing the
smell like
ball
big
like we
bitches.
saw there. I don't know. The rhythm
Turkey
seems
bacon.
off.
Turkey
This
bacon.
first punt, 48
Turkey
yards.
bacon.
This one looks equally as good. And taken right at the 35. It's a 45-yard punt
That's
and
cool,
8
'cause turkey
on the
bacon smell like
return.
big bitches.
And possession will switch
Turkey bacon
hands,
smell like big
1st and
bitches.
10. The
Turkey
Packers
bacon.
offense now heading back out onto the field. And
Like,
they
bitch, why
split
you
the
smell
uprights
like
last time
pancakes
for 3. They've
right
got the
now?
lead. They're
I'm
not going to play
hungry.
this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like
Right,
the way
you
you're
feel me?
thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on the
best.
gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it,
I know one that tastes
touchdowns.
like. I know one that
Brady
tastes like
gets away
cupcakes.
with one. Lucky could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Oh, not her probably there. Just her neck.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
Hey, Sean.
And
Kier
on
said if
3rd
we
down,
don't
a
get
nickel
shot, we can't play
formation
this
here
shit.
defensively.
Hey, watch post! 4 down. 20! Wait, 20! 53, Linda!
It's so hard to say goodbye.
Open man is Taylor. He's got
Right.
and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Brady now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Brady. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone.
We playing at the Rosa Parks, bro.
17,
right, come out there where we was this last time, nigga. Shutting shit down.
Really on the march now. It's a first down. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they'll run it here. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, Brady. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
20, by 20. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Here we go. You gonna get this, boy? What you said? We get your head. Mike, what you said? We get your head.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And this will be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth
it's not
quarter.
a dog, it's
Maybe
a
you
cat.
do start
It's
to watch as the
beast.
arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
And with that kind of a deficit, you
Is that
can't afford
Junior?
to make any kind of
Cold.
mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
Yeah, you'd
quarter.
say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this
What?
offense cash in?
I'm about to
First
quit
and
this
goal.
game right now.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick. Make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
White 20! White 20! Go!
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Forbath to add the extra point.
I'm sleepy.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Forbath out to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12.
With Dion?
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you,
that's what I was going to ask you. Did y'all want to do legends for next year's draft class?
Because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
On 1st and 10, Jones. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Jones. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead going to an opposite color jersey.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing Jones. Packer pressure and down
Pat McKinley.
Tack McKinley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey, 20!
What is it?
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
So keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to bring up a third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. But that was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Now it's Peterson. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out come the Chargers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He really tried to thread that down the seam.
Yeah, he tried to rip that one, didn't he? But a throw with that velocity, necessary when you're trying to hit a quick hitter like that one. Timing execution has to be perfect. Unfortunately for him, that one fell to the ground.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Jones now throwing again. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. The Chargers on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Tack McKinley, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Lynch. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
White 20! White 20!
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Wait, 20! 380! One play at a time now!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
20! Wait, 20!
On second down, Lynch. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.
That's what everybody calling you. To be honest, changing things to Adonis by the way Drake saw this year.